Welcome into Max Zeal Gym on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Oswego alongside Nick Ketter. I'm Michael Gross, and we are here for the SUNYAC Championship in men's basketball. Oswego takes on Brockport, and what do we have to look forward to this afternoon?
Well, I had the pleasure of calling a game back in December between these two teams. In this case, no Justin Summers today, but man, Brockport put on a dunking show, and they look to do the same as we saw they were doing that in warm-ups. But players are going to have to step up for Brockport. These two teams, Oswego and Brockport, fought tooth and nail last night, down to the buzzer, and then in double overtime to get here. So this is going to be, I would say, almost just as good. These teams are going to be playing at their top level. It's going to be a great contest to decide the SUNYAC champion here in Max Zeal Gym.
Now, Oswego won the season series. They won both games. The first one, they won by 10. The second, they won by 16. From the first game, you could say Julian Crittenden, a bench player usually, he stood out in the first game. He had 14 points. Early
in the year, Coach Jason Leone was putting players off the bench in with these starters and putting them out there with just at least one starter, and they were adjusting into the offense. And Julian Crittenden, you can't say enough about him in that game. He put up 14 points off the bench. Just a big factor in the game against Brockport back in December. He was huge in that one, and he might be a factor going into this game. We don't know. In the championship here, a lot of minutes were put up last night by the starters in that double overtime win for the Oswego Lakers. So we will see. Maybe we see bench players, maybe not, who knows. But if we do, Julian Crittenden is the guy you got to watch out for, because he seems to have this Brockport team's number.
Now, you mentioned Justin Summers, number 23 for Brockport. He got injured last night, and he's not playing. Who has to step up on Brockport's team?
Well, I would look in the direction of Danny Ashley. He's been an instrumental player on this team, the freshman guard. 13 points last night, 12 points against Oswego on February 15th. Also look for Antonio Alvarez and Devontae Hagens. Devontae Hagens, kind of like the tandem guy with Justin Summers when he's out there. They play really well together, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can step up and fill in the shoes of his counterpart who is injured today.
Now, last night we had a packed house. The atmosphere was unmatched. You can't match that atmosphere unless maybe we're talking hockey. Now, we see right now it's a pretty packed house. What does that do for the Oswego team with the entire gym supporting them?
Well, they're going to be fired up. They were last night. This home crowd carried them to victory last night at just a thrilling game. So today I would expect more of the same. You just got to watch your emotions. Keep your emotions in check. If you're the Oswego Lakers today, you can't take any silly fouls. Don't get any technical fouls. Just play a tough game of basketball, because this Brockport team is not here to go down lightly.
Well, just seconds from tip-off, Brockport will go with the lineup of Danny Ashley, Devontae Hagens, Chris Atkinson, Josh Nelson, and Antonio Alvarez. The Lakers, Tyler Pierre, Joe Sullivan, Quinn Carey, Brandon Gartland, and Liam Sanborn, as Pierre wins that tip with Sullivan. Sanborn into Joe Sullivan. Now Sanborn, once again, the general. Dribbles towards the lane, but Hagens all over him, looking for Pierre inside, and Josh Nelson commits a foul.
Well, a lot of clogging the paint. That was one of the keys to the game that I would have gone after there. I was thinking about last night. Well, the clogging the paint is what Oneonta did in this game, and they made life very difficult for Tyler Pierre inside and Joe Sullivan. They got a lot of rebounds inside, and they kept the Lakers outside, forced them to shoot a lot of threes, and they've been cold over the last couple games with that.
Carey tries a three, and off the mark, just rims in and out. He'll look to get hot tonight. He did not score very many points yesterday, and the jumper was ice cold for him.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what this offense does without Justin Summers. Do they rely on the outside shot, or do they try to drive inside like this?
Well, Danny Ashley just answered your question right there. And he got a little hype after that layup. Brockport up early. Sullivan now looking for Gartland on the right side. Finds Pierre inside. All over him was Nelson, but Pierre put it up, and the score is tied.
I don't want to discredit anything that Brockport's doing inside, but Tyler Pierre took on 3 guys last night most of the night. You got to do a better job than that, keeping the big man in check.
And that pass from Higgins was tipped away by Sullivan. So Danny Ashley will take the ball out for Brockport with 17 seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, for the Lakers here, you're going to want to dictate the pace of this game. Don't get in a running matchup and a transition matchup with this Brockport team, because as they showed us in warm-ups, man, they can light up a gym, throwing down dunks and all sorts of stuff.
Higgins on the jump shot from the elbow, missed, and Sullivan came up with the rebound. 3 guys last night for the Lakers played 50 minutes in the double overtime thriller versus Oneonta. Sanborn, Sullivan, and Gartland played 50 minutes. Sullivan inside, bodies, can't get that one to go, and Atkinson tipped it away from Sullivan, and an odd man rush here for Brockport. Atkinson pulling up from the free throw line, off the mark, and Carey with the rebound.
Well, good transition defense there from the Lakers, but that is something they don't want to get into as a trend in this game, because Brockport won't miss those shots all the time.
Pierre fighting for position on the right side. Now one-on-one with Higgins, but Sullivan open in the corner for 3. No good, and Higgins just barely reaches that rebound.
Well, Ashley and Alvarez are really playing tough defense. They're the smaller guys compared to Pierre, but they're really giving him a hard time. Pierre's just got to use his size and back down.
Ashley driving on the left side, another left-handed layup.
Ashley really taking charge in this game, taking charge of this Brockport Golden Eagle offense. He's just driving right by Liam Sanborn.
Danny Ashley has lightning speed. He'll show it all night. Pierre working in on Nelson, finds Sullivan. Now Gartland in the right corner. Hughes drives into the lane, kicks out to Sullivan, finds some space, kicks out to Carey. Quinn Carey for 3, off the mark. And Higgins corrals the rebound. Alvarez for 3, no good, and the 3-point game has not worked for either team. 3.5 in.
Both teams are trying to get something going inside. They have not been very successful from 3, and both defenses are denying the paint.
Gartland inside to Tyler Pierre. He has options, but he'll take it himself, and the bench of Oswego wanted a foul call, as he definitely got a little tap there from Higgins, but Atkinson, he'll try a 3, and the first one for Atkinson is the first one that connects all night for either team. 7-2 Brockport.
Still pretty good movement from the Brockport offense. They're moving this game along pretty quickly. They're starting to get into a rhythm here. Hopefully for Oswego, they don't start getting hot from 3.
Sanborn working it around the outside for Gartland, and that pass was tipped away off of Liam Sanborn, and a turnover for the Lakers.
Like this defense for Brockport, always, as they seem to be one step ahead of the Lakers offense here. The Lakers offense looking a little frozen still, like last night a couple times when they stand still, just stay in one position. You got to be constantly moving, especially if you're going to just dump it into Tyler Pierre like that. He's going to draw the attention of 3 guys, so you got to move around and not rely on that 3 all the time. If you can use some screens to get some mid-range shots and do some driving and dishing with Tyler Pierre, that'll be a little bit better than just relying or living and dying by that 3-point shot.
I believe that timeout was from Jason Leone after that turnover, but Oswego repping the yellow jerseys this afternoon, and Brockport, well, the gold jerseys you could say, and Brockport repping the green jerseys. And it seems like the crowd is filled in here, more filing in, but so far, Oswego has not hit their jump shots.
Yeah, they just have to settle in here. Brockport is running a high pace right now and just kind of dictating the pace of this game defensively is really the root of all this. They are one step ahead of the Lakers here, and they are making them panic. Sometimes the Lakers get a little careless with the ball and have one too many turnovers, and this high-paced offense and defense from Brockport is really causing havoc in there for the Lakers.
Chris Atkinson will take the ball over half court for Brockport as they look to extend their 5-point lead early on. Atkinson will pull up for a long two, no good, and Alvarez tipped it last. And the Lakers have the ball.
Well, one thing last night that we saw from Oneonta was that they were able to maintain consistent offense throughout the entire game, all up until it really mattered the most in that second overtime. But they were great on defense, and that kept them in the game against these Lakers.
Atkinson takes that one away from Carey, spins away, gives it up to Ashley, and on the right side, an easy lay-in.
Well, here we go. Those turnovers are really starting to cost the Lakers early already. That high-paced defense, forcing turnovers and running in transition. This is exactly what the Golden Eagles want.
Sanborn looking outside for Gartland. That one's taken away by Ashley. Another fast break. This one for two more, and Ashley with a quick 8 points of Brockport's 11 in the first 5.5 minutes of this contest.
The Lakers got to calm this offense down here, be a lot cleaner here, set some screens, move around, move the ball. It is just standstill offense right now.
Another turnover, this one at the fault of Gartland. Chris Atkinson looking for Nelson. Now Higgins on the left side, sizing up Pierre, goes up and no good, but Alvarez almost tipped it away, and now Pierre has it. Here's Sanborn. Sanborn driving it on Nelson, dishes to Gartland, but it's tipped by Alvarez.
Not necessarily a smart move from Sanborn there, trying to go baseline and get that pass inside. He's really turned to that option a lot this year, and especially last night, but with this Brockport defense being as quick as they are, that's not going to work. So the Lakers really got to find something different to roll with here.
Quinn Carey yet to hit a bucket, checked out of the game. In came Alan Darudovic, and for the Eagles, Jahidi Wallace and Monte Stroman checked in for Josh Nelson and Antonio Alvarez. Sanborn swinging it around to Sullivan. Thought he found a lane, but has Pierre wide open. Tyler Pierre slams it down, and the Lakers may have just got some momentum back.
Well, the Lakers have that size advantage, and they just used it right there, drew attention from Joe Sullivan, found Pierre inside. Good play.
Danny Ashley trying to get something going inside, but Sanborn was all over him. Sanborn finds an open lane to Darudovic, and an easy bucket once again for the Lakers, now within 5.
The Lakers are starting to find some quick moves inside on offense, and they have a guy standing there at all times, Pierre or Darudovic or Sullivan, and that's really working for them.
Atkinson finding the diving Jahidi Wallace for an easy 2-point bucket.
Not sure what really happened there, just a big hole in that Lakers defense.
Gartland into Sanborn on the inside. Darudovic on the left wing. Pulls up from the short corner. No good. And Danny Ashley corrals in the rebound.
Brockport.
Atkinson pulls up for 3. No good on his second attempt from the outside.
Solid defense by the Lakers there. They gave the Brockport nothing inside, and they settled for a 3.
Brandon Gartland hits the first 3 of the night for the Lakers. The score within 4 with 12 minutes remaining in the first half.
I would think Brockport would want to move the ball a little bit quicker than this. We were finding success running the ball and running in transition. Now they've slowed the pace down and almost turned it right over to Oswego.
Danny Ashley, a ball fake, kicks back out to Atkinson. He'll try another 3 in and out, and Sullivan just gets to it before it goes out of bounds. Gartland on the left side has Atkinson there in his face, but he brings it back out to Sanborn, and the Lakers will swing it around, try and find the open man. Pierre, now Gartland, has options, 8 to shoot. Darudovic in the left corner for 3, no good. Danny Ashley.
Well, still just great defense from Brockport, forcing another outside shot for the Lakers at the last second of the game clock.
Higgins into the corner is Chris Atkinson. Cross-court pass to Stroman, just a little too strong. And a turnover.
Well, the Lakers could definitely afford that one there. But now on the offensive end, what do the Lakers have to do to get some offense going? Well, Brockport's running pretty much a help side zone look, and it's really denying the paint, forcing players outside. That's a lot of what Oneonta did last night. So to break a zone, the best way to break a zone, pass the ball quick, move the ball around, break the zone, open a lane, and get inside and get easy buckets. And that's what Oswego needs to do here. You can't just settle for three-pointers all day like that. They are not hot right now from three, and you just can't live and die by that.
Now, you did get to sit down with assistant coach James Holmes. We both did, actually. And we asked him a couple questions about what he expected for tonight.
Well, he spoke very highly of Tyler Pierre, as anyone would after last night's performance. He was looking for Joe Sullivan to step up in this game and Quinn Carey, because he said, frankly, that's why we brought him here. Quinn Carey wants to win a SUNYAC title very badly. He came to a school that has been in contention for many, many years over the past couple years. So, I mean, you got to look for these players to step up in the biggest moment, and that's what Coach Holmes is relying on in this game. And also, he said every minute is crucial, and I thought that was a very good quote from him in this game. And it may dictate how the Lakers are playing and who they're playing in this game.
Now, we asked Coach Holmes about if we will see more of a bench this afternoon, as 3 players played 50 minutes, and he said every minute is crucial, which led us to believe that he wants to go with that starting 5. He wants to go with what works.
Yeah, he's going to trust the guys that have a lot of experience in this game, and that's what it's looking like he's doing so far.
And that pass is tipped away. Stroman on the fast break throws it down. And a big statement made by Monte Stroman. A steal and the pass at the fault of Brandon Gartland.
We just held our breath on that one. We didn't know what he was going to do. He was throwing down some crazy ones in warm-ups earlier.
Gartland trying to make up for it with a 3. He connects. Brandon Gartland hits the 3 to put Oswego within 3 with 10 minutes to go.
Well, Gartland had a couple quiet 12-point games against Brockport this year. He's really looking to get going and get on the board here early, and that's what the Lakers really need.
Wallace got that last bucket to go on a tough angle against Pierre, and he has to play the position of Justin Summers tonight. Haggins will size up against Joe Sullivan. Gartland again in the corner, has Atkinson all over him, and that ball went off of the foot of Gartland, says the referee.
Well, that help side defense from Brockport is so quick, just so quick. It almost looked like it caught Brandon Gartland off guard of the quickness of number 3, Chris Atkinson there, and he just lost the ball. He was surprised.
Ashley picked up his dribble, now found Stroman. Danny Ashley guarded by Gartland, makes a move to his right, gives it up to Atkinson. Chris Atkinson directing traffic with 9 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. And that one's tipped away by Sanborn, 3 to shoot on the shot clock. Wallace has to heave one up, but Pierre blocked the shot of Wallace, and Ashley couldn't get one up before the 24-second violation clock, 30-second violation clock.
Well,
it's college basketball.
No stranger to blocks is Tyler Pierre. We saw him with a very clutch one last night at the end of, I believe, the second half, before the first overtime. And he's got 20 of those on the season, 20 blocks this year for the big senior inside. And that was one in a pretty interesting part of the floor out by half court.
Gartland has it, looking for a screen from Pierre, but he picked up his dribble, has to hand it off to Sanborn. 9 minutes to play in the first half. Sanborn, a step back jumper from the right side, no good, but Pierre on the rebound and a foul on the floor committed by J.D. Wallace.
The Lakers are doing something last night that they had trouble with against Oneonta. Oneonta put a lot of people in the paint. They made it hard for the Lakers bigs to do anything, and the Lakers have Sullivan and Pierre in there getting a lot of rebounds, and that's going to be critical going down the stretch.
Only the second foul committed by either team. Brockport has both of them. Quinn Carey will try a three from the right side, no good, and ice cold has QC been.
Well, a hand in his face on that one. He had to overcompensate.
Wallace on the right side, foul line extended, now Stroman. Bringing it back out to Atkinson, who is directing traffic for the Golden Eagles. 8 to shoot for Atkinson, driving in, kicks to Wallace, sizing up against Tyler Pierre, a tough angle, and finds a way to put it through. A 7-point lead now for Brockport with 8 minutes to go in the first half.
A great inside move by Jahidi Wallace, taking on Tyler Pierre inside. He just beat him baseline and snuck one up and under.
Sanborn finding Gartland. He drives on the left side a little too strong, and Devontae Haggins tipped it away to Stroman, and Quinn Carey tried to go for it, but Stroman got there first, and Carey committed the foul.
Well, that's an interesting thing that Jahidi Wallace just did. A smart inside post move. He doesn't have the real size advantage on the bigger Tyler Pierre, but he got up and under him, and he used the rim as kind of a block on Tyler Pierre so he could get up a clean shot. That was a good move by him going up and under.
Swinging the ball around now is Brockport on the right side. A behind the back pass from Higgins, but it almost got away from Alvarez. Chris Atkinson working for some space, pulling up for three, and hits. Chris Atkinson, the second three. He's a little frustrated with his team that he had to put that shot up, but it went in anyway.
Well, I mean, Chris Atkinson with a nice shot there, but he knows you can't take those all day, and Brockport has not been able to establish a real type of offense here.
Sullivan will try a three, and the general connects from outside.
Well, could this be the spark that the Lakers need from beyond the arc? If they open up that three-point attempts or the three-point hot hands, you could see quite a dangerous offense from these Lakers like earlier this year.
Sanborn not using the screen from Pierre. Atkinson almost takes that ball away, but Sanborn finding an open lane. Picking it up and going was William Sanborn.
Well, there's a lot of broken plays in this game so far as we have 6:42 to go here in the first half, but not a lot of consistent offense, just broken plays and finding a way to the basket.
Atkinson finding Higgins inside, gives it off to Jahidi Wallace, and what a beautiful display of passing from the Brockport Golden Eagles. They're up 7 with 6:20 to go in the first half.
Well, right place, right time for Jahidi Wallace. He's been pretty good down there inside on the block, but just a way to hang in the air there for Devontae Haggins to get the pass off.
Sullivan on the right side, now Gartland looking inside with a mismatch for Pierre, but Sullivan asking for the screen. Gives it up to Pierre inside, 3 to shoot, gets blocked, and it will go off of Monte Stroman, but 1 second will remain on the shot clock for an inbound pass and a quick shot.
Well, the defense here for Brockport today has been their A game. It has been phenomenal. They are so quick on defense right now, and it is causing a lot of trouble for the Oswego Lakers to get any type of offense. The Lakers have found a little bit of offense inside from Pierre and a little bit from outside from three, but they have not been the same three-point team as earlier this season. I mean, also, just the quickness of this Brockport defense has taken the Lakers by surprise, and it's forced them to turn the ball over quite a lot in this game, and that is not something that they want to continue to have happen.
Thus far, Oswego is 6 for 16 from the field. Brockport, a cool 10 for 19. They're shooting 52% from the field, but looking through what we saw from Brockport against Plattsburgh. You know, they had to play really strong. Plattsburgh was a big team, might be the biggest in the SUNYAC size-wise and physicality. Brockport got through them even with the absence of Justin Summers. But who will need to step up within the last part of this half to sort of keep the momentum going for Brockport?
Well, Chris Atkinson has kept the momentum going for Brockport. On the offensive end, when they had nothing going and the Lakers did a fantastic job defensively, he just pulled up and hit a three. He was frustrated after, but he is keeping Brockport up in this game, and that has been critical. He's also been pretty impressive on defense, very quick.
1 second on the shot clock. Sanborn has to give it to Carey. It's tipped away, and a 30-second violation. Shot clock violation for the Lakers.
It's kind of a tough situation for the Lakers there. Not much they could really do, especially with this quick defense.
Danny Ashley running the offense, gives it up to Nelson. Ashley has options. Alvarez, now Jahidi Wallace. The ball is moving all around the perimeter for Brockport. 5 to shoot. Alvarez gives it up to Wallace. Wallace has to heave one from the left short corner and connects.
Brockport's just making the most of these kind of broken plays. And I mean, there's not really an offensive movement going on. It's just pass and shoot, pass and shoot. And Brockport's just making the shots when it counts.
Sanborn trying to find some space inside, but Ashley was there. Carey, he'll try a three off the front iron, but following a shot, Haggins has it, goes up, and a tomahawk slam from Devontae Haggins. And an 11-point lead now for Brockport. This is slipping away with 4:45 to go from the Lakers.
This is going every way that, well, as Quinn Carey gets on the board finally. He didn't have someone on his face that time, but this is going the way that Brockport wants it to go. You go in transition. Brockport has the advantage there, and they also are having the advantage when it comes to just catching and shooting the ball.
Danny Ashley was blocked there by Sanborn, and Nelson ball fakes, gives it to Haggins in the corner, looking for the cutting Wallace. Goes outside to the right wing. Danny Ashley for three, no good. And Quinn Carey got the rebound.
Well, the Lakers could really afford Brockport's offense to go on a cold streak here from everywhere. That would just really help them because their defense is struggling to keep up with them on offense, and their offense is struggling to keep up on defense.
Carey, another three off the mark. And he is 1 for 5, I believe, from three-point land thus far. Ashley getting the screen from Haggins, finds an open lane, but Tyler Pierre was there all over it.
Well, Brockport may look like they were slowing the pace a little bit, but as soon as the play starts, there's quickness, there's players moving around, and that has been a huge success for the Brockport Golden Eagles.
Gartland on the left corner for three, no good, but General Joe inside on the follow. And it's a 6-point game with 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, the Lakers really need a spark here, and look no further than, as you call him, General Joe Sullivan with a big rebound and put back there.
He has 5 points tonight. Nelson will try a three from deep. And he made a statement with that three.
It seems like everybody is the hot hand here for Brockport, and that is the last thing that you want to see for the Lakers here. They're having offensive struggles trying to keep up with this quick defense. And on the other end, Brockport is just super consistent right now.
Tyler Pierre on the right side, sizing in on Nelson, kicks out to Carey. Another three from him. And QC with the three makes it once again a 6-point game, 2:20 remaining in the first half.
Well, good stuff there from Quinn Carey. As Oswego's starting to find out, Tyler Pierre inside is drawing a lot of attention, and he is able to drive it in, back in, post up, and dish it out to players. But earlier this season when we saw Oswego lose a couple times, And where they struggled was they didn't have those shots on the actual dish from Tyler Pierre. Now, when you have Quinn Carey out there without a man in his face or Brandon Gartland, they're starting to make those shots. And that is what Oswego is starting to look for here. You might not want to go with the three all day long, but if it's fallen, I mean, go with the hot hand.
Quinn Carey hit 2 quick threes. Gartland has had 2 threes as well. But the offense seemed to finally be clicking a little later than I think they wanted, but as long as it comes in and it keeps firing. But Devontae Higgins and the Brockport Golden Eagles have been in the face of Oswego all first half.
Well, it's just quick defense, help side down low and up high, just switching out on the point guard and just all in their face the whole time. And Tyler Pierre took advantage of a situation inside on that last play. He noticed he had 2 guys on him, and he found Quinn Carey the open man. And that is what Oswego is going to have to do. They're going to have to take what Brockport gives them here because their defense is so quick, and their offense is doing a good job as well, passing the ball around quickly. But for the Lakers to try to get things going offensively, you just got to take what Brockport gives you. Find the open man because they're going to give you one eventually if you move the ball around quickly and draw attention to certain players like Pierre.
Danny Ashley will be the traffic control for Brockport. 2 minutes remain in the first half. Brockport up by 6. Atkinson kicks to Nelson, trying to find some space. Atkinson, a ball fake, gets past Carey, a floater inside, and a charging foul. Atkinson come flying in, and Sullivan got his feet set.
Well, just that fast-paced offense, too, on both ends. They're playing a very high-tempo game, this Brockport team, and that cost them on that end. But you saw Chris Atkinson opened up a hole. There were 3 quick passes, and then he just found a lane and took it. And if Joe Sullivan didn't have the peace of mind to be there that long to draw the charge, that could have been another easy bucket for Brockport. So the Lakers got to stay on their toes defensively here.
1:45 to go in the first half. Sullivan gets that shot rejected by Jahidi Wallace. A fast break now into the corner. Atkinson passes it to Danny Ashley, but his foot was just out of bounds, and another turnover from Brockport.
Well, Brockport up to this point has been very consistent, very clean on their fast-paced offense, and they're starting to get a little sloppy as we have 1:36 to go in the first half here, so they got to reel things in if they want to keep this success rate up.
Carey will try another 3, just a little long, but Joe Sullivan, a loose ball foul as Ashley came down with the rebound.
Well, Carey's really struggling when there's a hand in his face. And the Brockport defense, whenever they can, they have a hand right in the vision of Quinn Carey, and that is really forcing him to change up his shot. Then it is not the shot that he wants to put up.
Quinn Carey has shot 2 from 8 for the field. Would you believe it if I told you they were all 3-point attempts?
Not at all. He's the 3-point guy on this team. He does not do much else, and Brockport knows that, so they're putting the hand in his face.
Ashley driving in on Sanborn, kicks it back out to Atkinson. 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Alvarez on the right side. A Euro step, gets that shot rejected by Quinn Carey. And the Lakers on the move. Inside was Tyler Pierre from the pass from Gartland, but a push in the back from, I believe it was number 4, Antonio Alvarez.
Well, Coach Greg Dunn is still pleading this case over there, but Brockport's defense has been quick. They've been able to handle Tyler Pierre. And like I said, Oswego's got to take what they're given for Brockport. But it seems like Brockport and all that speed and quickness is starting to get a little bit out of control. And this is where the Lakers need to jump on them and take advantage. Because you saw those past couple offensive possessions here for Brockport stepping out of bounds, drawing a charge. They're getting a little bit out of control. They're getting a little too excited and too crazy here. And it's kind of translating over on the defensive end as well, as they just got a foul there. And they're having some turnover issues. Coach Greg Dunn here has just got to reel him in on this timeout.
55.3 seconds remaining in the first half. Oswego 25, Brockport 31. Excuse me, that last foul was committed by Josh Nelson, number 21 for the Golden Eagles. That's his second foul in the half. Sanborn will inbound it. Carry flaring out in the short corner. But now Sanborn with it, looking for Gartland on the right side. Pierre inside, only Higgins to beat, but Devontae Higgins sold that a little bit and fell straight to the ground and got the charge call.
Well, you do practice that sometimes in the gym, and Devontae Higgins just did probably the best, acting job at it. Tyler Pierre's a big guy, but he didn't get a lot of contact before Higgins went down.
Almost felt like he could have took a nice soft wind and he would have fell down anyway. Atkinson on the left side for three. No good, but Higgins on the rebound. 29 seconds remain, a 2-second difference between the shot and game clock.
You have to get a body on Higgins inside. That guy can jump out of the gym, so you have to box him out, or else he's going to rebound over you all day and not get called for over the back because he's so far above your head.
10 seconds remaining. Atkinson driving inside, loses it, and Pierre found it off the ground. Gartland slips. Carey ends up with it for three, no good, and way long on the air ball. 25-31 is the score after the first half. What do you take away?
Just Brockport's offense and defense. They're running a fast pace, and up to the last couple minutes of the game, it's been very successful for them. They just have to reel their team back in, be a little bit cleaner. You can't start to get out of control with this fast pace. They were running the fast pace very successful, as I said, but you just got to be clean. You cannot get out of control here because the Lakers will take advantage of that and turn this game around if you're out of control and turning the ball over to them.
Before the game, we talked about how momentum can be shifted either way, but Oswego being the home team, they have a big crowd here for the championship game of the SUNYAC playoffs. But does it feel like the SUNYAC playoffs in the gym right now, or does it feel a little less like a regular season game?
In the gym, in the stands here, it's kind of like there's a little bit of a hush over the crowd because this Oswego team has not been able to get out to a lead very easily. But if you look at that Brockport bench and some of the Brockport faithful fans that showed up today, they definitely have that playoff and championship intensity right now, and they can feel how close they are to it, being ahead at halftime. But Brockport's just got to maintain a clean game like they had in most of the first half.
Well, 25-31 is the score after the first half. Stay here on WTOP 10 or WTOP10.com/live for your second half action. We'll be right back.
too excited at the end of the first half.
Welcome back into Max Zeal Gymnasium for the second half of action for the SUNYAC playoff title here in Oswego. Once again, alongside Nick Ketter, I'm Michael Gross. And what did we see in the first half that stood out to you?
Well,
Nick?
On the Oswego State Lakers side, you just got to be you got to be cleaner. You can't turn the ball over as much as they did. 9 turnovers in this game for the Lakers, and that was had a lot to do with the quick defense of the Brockport Golden Eagles. Also, you got guys like Quinn Carey. They're trying to get you going from outside. He's taken all threes, as you said earlier, but he's only 2 for 9. Why? Well, he's had a hand in his face, and he rushed his shot almost every time. Brockport has found a way to get a man on Quinn Carey almost every time he has shot the ball tonight, and he's had a hand in his face that's forced him to accommodate and change up his shot, and that is just not comfortable for him. And when he has made it, he's been wide open.
For Brockport, they've had a great defensive effort tonight. They've forced 5 turnovers from Oswego. 4 of them from Oswego. Of their 9 have been unforced. But Brockport, what did they have to do differently in the second half to maybe stretch out this lead?
Well, they were doing a good job with the type of defense they were playing, being quick, kind of attacking the Lakers before they could get anything going. And they were denying Tyler Pierre the ball pretty well for the most part. Tyler Pierre is not getting any easy shots inside. He has managed to go 2 for 3 inside, but he's only got 4 points in this game. So they have done a good job of making life difficult for him, just like Oneonta did last night. So the question is for the Lakers, when it's the second half now, so are you going to step up? Are you going to find a way to come back into this game like they did last night? Or are you going to go down without a fight?
I gave you guys, all you viewers listening, an interesting fact last night in both games, but your interesting fact tonight at the half. The last time Oswego scored 25 points or less in a contest in the first half was December 29th in the tournament down in Atlanta against Emory University. They scored 24 and ended up losing that game.
Yeah, they lost both games down there in Atlanta, and it was just a high-level team for the Lakers to go down there and play. The Lakers were riding pretty high. They were undefeated at the time, I believe, before they went down to that tournament. So hopefully for them, they can recover here and kind of handle and manage this Brockport quickness.
Second half action underway. Brockport will try and stretch out the 6-point lead they have earned. Danny Ashley, a mismatch in speed with Tyler Pierre, but Pierre guards nicely, and Ashley fell to the floor, got a late whistle against Tyler Pierre. That'll be his second foul, and Ashley will go to the free throw line for the first free throw attempts of the night from either side.
Well, that was a lot of Danny Ashley and not a lot of Tyler Pierre. Pierre was just kind of standing there to watch playing. He played good defense, stayed straight up, but Danny Ashley made that one look a lot worse than it was and really sold the foul on that one.
One thing we've seen is Coach Greg Dunn from Brockport hasn't been as animated as he was yesterday or even all season tonight.
Well, he really hasn't had much of a need to. Brockport's playing very good defense and a very clean offense for the most of the first half, so he's doing what he wants them to do, so no reason to be animated just yet.
The Lakers broke the trap, now trying to find some options down low. It's given away. Chris Atkinson on the fast break, only Quinn Carey to beat. Carey got the block, and Brandon Gartland made the save, and the Lakers are on the charge. Joe Sullivan inside to Quinn Carey on the left side for 3, way short, and an ugly release from Carey.
You might want to go with somebody else for a little while. Quinn Carey, he did make the nice block there, but shooting-wise, he is just, Brockport's in his head right now. They've been all over him, and he finally got an open shot, and there was a lot of pressure for him to make it, and he just was very light.
And Devontae Higgins gets his second bucket of the night, and he's been eerily quiet through the first half. Gartland on the right side. Now finding Sanborn at the free throw line, looking for options. Nobody there to help. Carey comes and recovers. 10 seconds to shoot. Gartland over to Sanborn. Back out to Gartland. He'll try a three. No good. And Pierre can't come up with it. Alvarez tips it away, but it falls to the feet of Quinn Carey.
Well, Brockport playing great defense again here. They had two guys down there denying Tyler Pierre the ball, and that shut down this Lakers offense. They had to settle for an outside shot, and luckily Pierre's in there.
Pass inside to Tyler Pierre, but following the miss will be 2 free throws as he was fouled.
Well, again, they have to take that risky pass over the top. We saw that not work all the time last night against Oneonta, and they did almost the same thing, but Brockport is doing a little bit of an advanced version. They're putting 2 guys down there, one of them helping to deny Tyler Pierre the ball.
First free throw is good. 26-33, Oswego down by 7. We are 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the second half, and you can count both free throws from Tyler Pierre.
Well, the senior very good from the line under pressure, and Brockport was unfortunate to get a foul call on that one because Pierre's going to make you pay.
Ashley kicking over to Nelson. Danny Ashley a long way out, thought about squaring one up, but almost lost the dribble now. In for Alvarez. Hagens inside, great ball movement. Nelson in the left corner for 3, no good. And it's tipped away by Ashley. Alvarez got it after, but it could have been an over-the-back call from Ashley.
Well, nothing called there, but again, this Brockport offense is very quick. They're forcing a lot of quick plays and quick defense by the Lakers. Just things are happening so fast, it's even hard for the officials to make some calls.
Atkinson trying to find some space on Sanborn. Great ball movement. Drives a floater. No good. And Alvarez, once again, another offensive rebound for Brockport. They will reset.
Well, there are some livid folks here for the Oswego Lakers in support of them. They wanted an over-the-back both times on Alvarez.
And what looked to be a great move from Ashley was a miscommunication between him and Devontae Hagens. Hagens was out of position.
Well, look for that
pass.
Look for that to creep into this game for Brockport. As it gets down to the wire here in the second half, you got to watch out for them to get too excited too quick and make some miscommunications like that.
Sanborn on the right wing. Ashley trying to beat him, but he threw that one off the rim. Pierre out to Carey. Now Sanborn in the left corner, a side step. He'll kick to Carey. He'll try a 3. Off the mark once again. That puts him at 2 for 11 from long range.
Well, again, a man in his face again. He may have to try and go inside and get some easy buckets to get his confidence back.
Atkinson slowing things down once again. Now Ashley driving in on Pierre, and Pierre let him have it, but Ashley too strong on the lay-in. Now Sullivan racing down the floor, has Gartland inside, but Alvarez might have gotten a piece of it, and Gartland missed. Still a 6-point game, 4.5 to go. 4.5 gone by in the second half.
Well, this is becoming a transition battle, and this is the transition battle is one that Brockport will most likely win because that's the style of play they want in this game.
And issues boxing out on the defensive end for the Lakers are very existent. 27-33 is the score. A great no-look pass from Atkinson, and Hagens couldn't get it to go. Pierre on the rebound, looking for Sanborn, but Hagens is all over him. Sanborn, a crossover to his right side, gives to Gartland. Gartland finds some space, but has to bring it back out to Sanborn. 12 to shoot.
This Brockport defense is really targeting Tyler Pierre here.
General Joe, a 3, way short, and Atkinson gets it from the tip drill.
So the Lakers are going to have to find another hot hand to take some of that attention off Pierre. He's got 2-3 guys at a time all over him playing tight defense just like the last second of the game, they are all over him for this entire game, and that's just really tough for the Lakers offense to deal with.
And miscommunication as Nelson and Atkinson run into each other. Liam Sanborn lays it in on the other end, but Josh Nelson is still down. And this could be a huge loss as he was clutching, I believe, his right leg.
Well, kind of an interesting collision there. It just looked like Nelson kind of got like, he landed strangely in a collision with Atkinson. So hopefully he is okay. So he walks off, but it was just kind of a funny looking, an odd looking collision there.
Well, we will take an injury timeout here, but we talked about Oswego. They had 3 players who played 50 minutes last night, and Brockport yesterday obviously didn't have to play a double overtime game, but they play a lot of their subs on their bench. We've only seen 6 guys. We've seen Pierre, Sullivan, Sanborn, Gartland, Carey, and Darudovic. I did see in the first half Coach Jason Leone brought Julian Crittenden to the table, but after Carey hit a 3, he brought him back to the bench, and I was hoping to see Crittenden, considering he had 14 points in one of the 2 matchups.
Well, Mike, this might be the time. If you're Jason Leone, Quinn Carey is very badly struggling in this game right now from beyond the arc, and he's not willing to take it inside right now. He's just trying to pull the trigger on a quick 3, and he was trying to take advantage of this transition battle that's going on to get back in his rhythm, but it's just not working for him. And it looks like a little bit of the fatigue might be wearing down some of these Oswego seniors and the experienced players on this Oswego team from that double overtime game. If I'm Coach Leone, I might start considering bringing some new guys in, some fresh legs, because this Brockport team seems to be able to run you all day because they go so deep in their bench.
29-33, Brockport has the edge with 14 minutes to go in the second half. Danny Ashley swinging around now. Atkinson on the left side, guarded by Sullivan. He's going nowhere on Sullivan, but a great pass to Wallace, who gets stuffed and tied up. Was Tyler Pierre. He was all over that one. It'll be Oswego basketball.
Well, not as quick of offense as we've seen for Brockport. They're still trying to push the pace a little bit on the offensive end, but they weren't able to get it inside there. They cannot dominate in the paint when Sullivan and Pierre are just standing in there.
Sanborn getting the screen from Pierre. Not looking to his right, open was Gartland. Now finds him. Sizing up inside is Pierre, and he gets stripped by Atkinson, but they'll say he got wrist more than ball.
Well, this is what the Lakers need to do here. You need to feed the bigs inside. Give the ball to Joe Sullivan, give the ball to Tyler Pierre, and let these guys work a little bit. They worked very well in overtimes, both of them, last night when they were able to dominate inside against Oneonta, who was trying to play quicker, much like this Brockport team.
Tyler Pierre went 2 for 2 from the line in his first trip. And he misses the first of 2 attempts. With the make on the second, Oswego now down by 3 to Brockport. 13-20 remaining. Tim Marshall getting the bench and the crowd for Oswego. A little more into this game to put some momentum into the Oswego offense and or defense of Oswego. They kick out to Ashley for 3 off. And Joe Sullivan comes up with a long rebound, finding Sanborn in transition. Gets stopped, but he had numbers.
This is the opportunity that the Lakers were looking for right here. This Brockport offense just isn't clicking right now, and they did not convert the last opportunity, but the Lakers not converting there. But this is a chance that they need to get back into this game.
Jason Leone has not looked to his bench yet in the second half, whether it's Darudovic or anybody else. Jahidi Wallace Kicking inside, but is tipped away. Liam Sanborn has numbers. Finds Joe Sullivan after picking up his dribble next to half court. Sullivan gets it tipped away by Wallace, and they will call it a jump ball, I believe. And if so, it will be Brockport ball. Yes, it is.
Well, just a transition battle again here. Brockport, I'm not sure why they elected to try to go inside there. They were a little bit unsuccessful from three from the shot from Danny Ashley on the last possession, but trying to go inside against Tyler Pierre and Joe Sullivan is just not going to work right now. You don't have the size advantage unless you're willing to clear out the paint and let Jahidi Wallace try to work something in. So I was surprised to see they elected to go for that right now.
Antonio Alvarez checking back in for Brockport with 12 minutes to go. Brockport up by 3. Ashley guarded by Gartland, trying to create some space, but 6 to shoot, driving in the lane, taken away by Brandon Gartland.
It's looking like this Oswego defense is starting to figure out that dribble drive, quick offense. And on that play, Chris Atkinson went to the bench, so no quick play there from Brockport, just out of control.
A 3 from Carey, and he connects. He's been shooting them all night. The 12th one goes down.
Well, that's how he needs to get the basketball. He needs to come off a screen and take the quick shot. That's where he's most lethal.
He's 3 for 12 from the outside, but Stroman with an answer. Monte Stroman. Shot 1 from the left corner with hands in his face, but Brockport still up by 3 with 11 minutes to go in the second half.
Well, if Oswego wants to get Quinn Carey and Brandon Gartland going, they're going to have to do a little bit more movement on the offensive end here. Carey is best when he comes off of a screen, as he just showed on that sequence there. They got to move the ball a little bit better here.
5 to shoot. Sanborn inside, no options, puts a heave up, in and out, but Gartland on the putback. 35 to 36 with 10.5 to go.
Smart move and heads up play by Brandon Gartland, getting inside and helping out Tyler Pierre and Liam Sanborn, getting a rebound, getting a putback. That's what the Lakers need to do here.
Monte Stroman sizing up on Carey, but Carey got a little too close, and they'll call a foul on the ground. The second foul, team foul for Oswego, and the second foul for Quinn Carey.
Well, it looks like Oswego on the defensive end is trying to compensate here for that quickness. I mean, without Chris Atkinson on the floor, he's getting a little rest right now for Brockport. The Brockport offense was looking for someone to step into his position, and it looks like Monte Stroman is going to be the guy. He's running a quick offense along with Danny Ashley, and they're trying to step back, find a lane, and drive the paint. They're not trying to go inside with Jahidi Wallace right now and take on Tyler Pierre and Joe Sullivan head on. They're just stepping back, looking for lanes, and going to the hoop. Now, the Lakers are doing a good job of contesting that, and that is why they have gotten back into this game, because they found a little bit of offensive consistency.
35 to 36 is the score. Right now, Brockport has the edge with 10 minutes and 15 seconds to go. What can we look to change from the Oswego defense?
Well, Oswego's defense, you got to have more of the same here. Just deny the inside, deny the paint, force Brockport to keep going with that quick offense, dribble drive offense, because they've been able to deny that. What you can't prevent and what you have to rely on is Brockport making three-pointers. That's where they've had success today. But there was a few sequences where they went cold, and the Lakers have to take advantage of those opportunities. You have to score when Brockport turns the ball over on a missed three-point attempt. Other than that, keep them outside. Don't let them drive. Don't make it easy for them.
And the over-the-top pass to Higgins was successful. 12 to shoot for Ashley and the Eagles. A tough angle and too strong on the lay-in. Sanborn racing down the floor, looking for options, has Sullivan. Sanborn working his way into the paint. Kicks out to Gartland. Pierre fighting for position with Jahidi Wallace on the left side. Can't get it to go, but Joe Sullivan was tied up with Devontae Higgins. And they'll say the foul was on Joe Sullivan.
Well, he's just got to keep his composure here. That one didn't go his way. He did a good job of keeping his composure last night when calls did not go his way, but he is a critical player on this Lakers team. He's just got to stay cool and go for the next play. Maybe make a big defensive play right here.
Devontae Higgins has been the fly in the ear of Tyler Pierre and Joe Sullivan all night. That's why they have been combined for only 12 points thus far.
Oh, good job right there. Denying the lane.
Tipped away, Sanborn. On the finish, Oswego takes the lead 37-36. 9 minutes remain here in the second half.
Just a great defensive stop right there by the Lakers. They had very quick defense. They were able to deny the lanes, and it forced a bad turnover for the Brockport Golden Eagles.
Into the corner is Alvarez on the right side. Now Stroman driving into the paint, but an offensive foul. Gartland was pushed, and Oswego will get the ball back.
Well, Monte Stroman is a big guy. He went in there very aggressively, and that Lakers defense is just creating a wall in the paint, and you cannot drive into that without getting or going up and having a chance to get a foul called on you for a charge. So the Lakers have figured out this dribble drive offense here, and that's frustrating Brockport a little bit. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Oswego with the first lead of the game. Sanborn, a step back three, in and out. And Devontae Higgins grabbed that one out of the air and brought it down. So Brockport with a chance to regain the lead. Atkinson on the left side. A little bit of miscommunication with Wallace, but luckily the ball didn't go that far. Atkinson tried a no-look pass, kicked out to Johnson. Now Higgins, 6 to shoot. Inside to Wallace. Wallace plays it towards the left side. Ashley, a three. As time ran out on the shot clock, Danny Ashley came in clutch for the Brockport Golden Eagles. They lead 39-37, under 8 to go.
Well, as much as you don't want to see that from the Lakers, that's the shot that you want to give Brockport. You just want to keep them outside because they're not going to make every single one of those.
Sanborn, a high floater off the glass, couldn't get to go. Higgins up in the air. Devontae Higgins lift off with the dunk. They go up by 4. And Brandon Gartland definitely, or might have gotten fouled on that play. They didn't call it, but he still finished it. And 39-41 is the score with 7:20 remain as we go to a timeout, a 30-second timeout from Coach Jason Leone.
Well, smart timeout for Coach Leone. He saw Brockport was starting to get an advantage in transition. Brockport saw that they were being denied the lane. They got that three-pointer to go, and then they just kicked it right into transition and had that big dunk from Higgins, and that got Brockport fired up, and they were going to swing back into that quick offense that Oswego was having trouble with earlier in this game. So a good thing for Brandon Gartland to turn that back around with that good drive to the hoop. The Lakers have been able to thus far hang with Brockport in the transition game, which was a big question in this game. The Lakers, I thought, would go more to an inside game, but it seems like Brockport's dictating the pace a little bit and forcing a transition game. You got to hang with them and just tough it out here. And just a good timeout for Coach Leone to break that momentum.
Brockport with 10 fast break points, and they have won the fast break battle. They've won the turnover battle. And the points in the paint especially big for Brockport. They have 24 compared to an Oswego 18.
Well, a lot of that is attributed to that quick offense and that fast breaks. A lot of those points in the paint were not really contested by Tyler Pierre. It's not easy to go in there against Sullivan and Pierre and back down and score points. This has been a lot of that quick offensive pace for Brockport.
Oswego coming out in a 2-3 zone. And Sullivan tipped that pass away from Higgins. It'll stay on this end of the floor.
Well, Oswego putting two guys out on the guards. Whoever's up top is getting man-to-man defense on them from either Liam Sanborn or Brandon Gartland. And Oswego is really ramping up the pressure defensively, and that is mostly denied those lanes for Brockport here. Oswego just can't get caught up looking around for quick passes, and they can't get frustrated either. If they knock the ball out of bounds, don't get frustrated. It's a defensive stop, but you just got to make another one. You got to keep going. Keep your head up in this game. This is not a time to get frustrated if you're the Lakers here. Just keep playing defense and keep hanging with Brockport right now.
Not a single sub for Jason Leone and the Oswego Lakers. And I know we probably sound like a broken record right now, but when you had three guys still on the floor right now that played 50 minutes last night, yes, they're combined for 21 points. It'll be Sanborn, Gartland, and Sullivan. They got to be exhausted by this point in time. They've played 83 minutes about in the last 24 hours.
I'm sure they are, but I can guarantee you, and I'm sure Jason Leone knows this as well, these guys have experience at this level, and I don't think they're thinking about how tired they are right now. They just want to win this game very badly, and I don't think it matters to them that they're tired. I mean, the Jason Leone knows that, and he's not. I don't think he's going to go to the bench very much at this point.
With a title on the line. Atkinson, now Nelson on the right side. Shot was a little off, and Sanborn collected the rebound.
That was perfect for the Lakers there. They got a hand in the shooter's face. They forced Brockport to kick it out for three and closed out on the shooter. That is what they need to keep doing here. Forcing the three, close out on the shooter.
An opportunity for the Lakers to tie or even regain the lead with 6.5 to go. Pierre on the left side, 7 to shoot. Backing down on Nelson. Atkinson gets his hand in there and tips it back away. Sullivan was the last to touch it, and Brockport will get the basketball.
Well, Sullivan pleading his case there, but Tyler Pierre had 4 guys on him. He could not, it was not a great pass either. He just couldn't get the ball up, and that is where a drive and dish would have worked, or a post up and dish for Pierre. He just couldn't get control of the ball. He's attracting so much attention. There's got to be other players open for the Lakers offense.
Wallace inside got tied up with Pierre, and the ball fell into the hands of Quinn Carey.
Lakers really need to look for Joe Sullivan here, in my opinion.
Carey, a long three. Yes! QC3. Do you believe it? He has lit up late in the second half, and the Lakers regain the lead with 5:40 remaining. Atkinson, a step back three of his own. Oh my, wow.
Well, the Lakers, whether you like it or not, they're getting in this three-point battle between Quinn Carey and Chris Atkinson.
Sanborn found an open lane. Might have gotten hit by Atkinson. Pierre inside on the putback, got fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, the Lakers might want to just stick to this right now. If they can play head-to-head with Brockport in this transition game and keep their momentum up here, I mean, this is what's working for them, then keep it up. I mean, if Quinn Carey's going to be the hot hand, you keep him coming off screens and getting open shots. And if he's going to make those, I mean, keep feeding him.
First free throw almost escaped the net, but.
And also, when you open up those, when you have Quinn Carey hitting those threes, that's going to open up the paint for Tyler Pierre and Liam Sanborn to take those drives like he just did and got the foul.
Tyler Pierre connects on both free throws. He's now 5 for 6 from the charity stripe. .44 apiece with 5 minutes to go. Atkinson wide open on the left side for 3. Another one from Chris Atkinson, he has 12 tonight.
That is one of the major players on Brockport that you cannot afford to lose on defense.
Sanborn looking for Sullivan, swinging it around, finding Pierre inside, but Atkinson was there on the takeaway.
Not a great decision there, trying to force it inside to Pierre. Just not a good pass from Sanborn.
Oswego desperately needs a stop here to stay in this game, or else if Brockport scores, they might start to run away. Wallace inside, Sullivan all over him, but a foul on the ground on Joe Sullivan. That is his third foul.
Well, this is a little bit of what we saw last night with the big players for Oswego getting into foul trouble. And you know that Joe Sullivan plays that aggressive style, that physical play, so he's got to be careful here with 3 fouls.
Chris Atkinson will try another 3, but that one went off the rim and above the shot clock. And, well, he's feeling it. Why not take it?
Well, that worked out for the Lakers, though, because they were able to force a contested 3. That is what they need to force in this game going forward, but they need to convert on offense here and get back into this thing.
Gartland looking for Sullivan, but lost it. Sullivan was there. Now Sanborn, 10 to shoot. Got to get a good shot up. Carry open at the top of the key, but Sanborn doesn't see him. Gartland on the right side, wide open 3, no good. But Pierre on the rebound, a second chance for Oswego.
Oswego needs to continue to move here on offense. You can't stand still here.
Gartland to the rim, but couldn't get there. Sullivan on the putback.
Well, it seems like you can always rely on either Pierre or Joe Sullivan inside on offense to clean up the mess here.
Danny Ashley tries a 3, and you cannot give the Brockport team this much space and this many attempts around the three-point line. They've been hitting all afternoon. The dish inside to Pierre, but he's fouled by Devontae Higgins.
Well, the Lakers are really finding something in this transition game, going outside, looking like they're going to shoot the 3, and then dishing it inside of the bigs, and maybe even driving it in themselves, are Gartland and Sanborn. So the Lakers have a little bit of an offense going, and that's what they needed here. But on the other end, you can't give Danny Ashley that much space. He is feeling it right now, and so is Chris Atkinson. You really got to close out on those shooters. Get up in their face, put a hand in front of their face. You know, they're great shooters, but if they can't see the basket, it's a lot less likely that they're going to make it.
3 minutes and 1 second left in this contest in the second half. Oswego 46, Brockport 50. But after the conclusion of the game, stay tuned for the trophy ceremony and the press conference. And after that, a 6:30 pregame and a 7 o'clock puck drop in Morano Campus Center as Oswego looks to take on Plattsburgh at Whiteout 2.0, as some may say, for the semifinal of the SUNYAC playoffs.
Well, this Oswego State campus has been buzzing all week about that game. They are dying to get another shot at Plattsburgh, and especially here in the playoffs when it will count the most.
Same 5 still on the floor for Oswego. Hasn't changed all half. The 5 for Brockport will be Higgins, Nelson, Wallace, Ashley, and Atkinson. Pierre will shoot 2. In and out on the first. Looking to make this a 3-point game. Cash it.
Well, the Lakers, that's where they want to be at the free throw line, regardless of the miss. They shoot about 68% from the stripe. And, I mean, if you want to get into a battle from the line, I'd take the Lakers any day.
And Wallace goes up, but Sullivan on the rebound. There were 3 Lakers there on the rebound. that could have had it. Sullivan came down with it. Now Sanborn. Danny Ashley playing impressive defense, staying with Sanborn. Couldn't get around that screen there, but Sanborn has options. Should have given it up, but taking the jumper anyway in traffic, and it's a 2-point game.
Well, Liam Sanborn coming off the screen. That's what the Lakers need to do here. Use some screens, use some smart basketball play on offense to get some easy buckets here. You don't want to settle for threes right now.
A 1-point game, actually, 49-50, with 2 minutes remaining in the second half. Danny Ashley has some space, gives it off to Nelson. Back to Ashley, all alone at the top of the key. Finding Atkinson in the corner, has to throw it up there as the shot clock expires. A much needed stop for the Lakers. It's a 1-point game with 1:53 remaining in the second half.
Well, to the delight of this Maxfield Gym crowd, that was a great defensive stand for the Oswego State Lakers. They were able to deny pretty much anybody any shot on Brockport, and they need to keep that going forward because that was huge for them. Now they have to convert.
49-50. Sanborn has some space. Atkinson almost poked it away. Looking outside to Gartland. Now Sanborn finds Carey on the left side for 3. No good, and Sullivan on the rebound. A brand new shot clock, but Gartland will try a 3. Off the mark, and it's tipped away by Higgins, who fell over Sullivan inside.
Well, the Lakers.
Sanborn now Carey a 3 on the left side. He gets fouled by Devontae Higgins, and 3 shots coming to Quinn Carey.
Well, that was a very important offensive opportunity for the Lakers. So many rebounds on that stand right there on the offensive possession. That was critical as Coach Greg Dunn is on the floor right now. But things are getting a little bit chippy here as we get down into crunch time with 1:11 to go here at the end of the second half. But as I was saying, the Lakers got so many critical rebounds on that last possession. Quinn Carey coming out of nowhere to get it after Joe Sullivan took on 2 guys and knocked that ball out. The Lakers, we saw a similar situation to this last night when Quinn Carey was at the line for 3 shots at the stripe.
Quinn Carey has taken 14 three-point attempts. He has made 4, although he will be able to cash in 3 free throws after the timeout. 1:11 remaining.
Well, it
is 49-50. Brockport with the lead.
At this point, if you're Quinn Carey, just cancel all that noise out. It doesn't matter that you're 4 for 14 from 3. These are the shots you need to make right here. Just relax and take these 3 free throws right here. They are ever so important here late in the second half.
And the first of 3 gets in, tying the game at 50. He now has 13. 4 threes plus the first free throw. And the second free throw missed, a big free throw from Carey. The Lakers 7 of 9 tonight from the free throw line, trying to go 8 for 10. And Carey does so successfully, 51-50. Oswego with a 1-point edge.
Well, nice free throw from Carey with the shooter's touch. That was an important one. Now Oswego needs to make a quick defensive stand here.
Nelson's 3 off the mark, but Wallace on the rebound. Quinn Carey came up with it, has to get it up the floor. And I believe it was Joe Sullivan who called a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout as they just needed some space.
Mike, when it is counted, so far, Oswego has clamped down defensively. and they have made huge defensive stands. They have gotten the rebounds that matter in this game, and Quinn Carey just did it again. Got the big rebound. Joe Sullivan did it earlier on the last defensive stand. Tyler Pierre did as well. The Lakers, if they can just keep this going for 50.6 more seconds, convert on the offense, get those rebounds when they matter, you're going to send this Brockport Golden Eagles team back home without a SUNYAC title.
Brockport has no fouls to give. The next foul will result in a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Lakers. The Lakers have 2 fouls to give with 50.6 seconds and a 1-point lead. It's 51-50.
Well, this is crucial for the Lakers. You got to be clean on this inbound. Get it across half court here. This is going to be important for them. This will force the foul eventually if they can get it in clean.
Sullivan finally gets it in, but Carey, his pass was tipped away, and they still got to get it over half court.
Well, even with the tip in, that moved the Lakers down the sideline a little bit closer to where their goal is right now. That worked out well for the Lakers, but they got to use some screens to get open here.
And the trap is coming forward. Quinn Carey open down the floor, but they'll get it to Sullivan, now Sanborn. 36 seconds remaining. 9 seconds to shoot.
Well, this is where you're going to put it in the hands of your best shooters right here for Oswego.
Sanborn kick out to Gartland for 3. He gets fouled. Almost hit the bucket, but he will go to the line with 24 seconds with a chance to make this a 4-point game.
Well, as I said, Mike, this is where you're going to have it in the hands of your best shooters. Now, Brandon Gartland is favoring a finger or an arm right now. This is not what they want to see. He says he's okay, but right now the Lakers did a great job of putting the ball in anyone who's good at the free throw line's hands. You went from Sanborn to Gartland. They went for Carey as well, but Gartland ended up being the guy.
51-50, 24.6 seconds left, and a crucial miss from Brandon Gartland. He is a 78% free throw shooter.
He's just got to relax here. Everyone on their feet in Max Seal. But you got to get inside your own head and put yourself in a quiet place where there's no one here for this free throw.
And the second free throw is good. Now Brockport have shot 3-pointers galore in the second half. They've made them 2. This free throw needs to go in or they might have a chance at winning the game. And a miss, but Tyler Pierre almost brings it down. Gartland, now Sullivan, a reach for the ball. Tyler Pierre comes up with it. He is fouled with 19.6 seconds to go. 52-50, Oswego. Quinn Carey is lighting up the crowd.
Well, who else but Tyler Pierre, the guy who took 2 overtimes last night, did not ever get the 5th foul, came up big, and now he just came up big again with a huge rebound on a huge hustle play with 19.6 to go, and now he's at the line. This is a big moment for the senior.
1-and-1 at the line, only 8 fouls from Brockport. Pierre cashing in on the first. 53-50, 19.6 seconds left. The dagger. A timeout from Coach Greg Dunn. And now a 2-possession game with 19 seconds to go.
Well, you got to get a quick bucket and you got to get a stop and another quick bucket here. Plenty of time for Brockport to do this, but if you're the Lakers, get it in the hands of your best shooters at the free throw line and just run around, kill this clock. You can make a big defensive stop here. Don't let Brockport get outside and hit a 3 on you. You just got to play the way they've been playing at the end of this game. Oswego has tightened their defense down so well at the end of this game so far, and they have made life very hard for Greg Dunn's Brockport offense to do anything.
54 to 50. Oswego has gone on a 7-0 run to go up by 4 with 19 seconds to go.
What a different game here in the second half. Oswego in the first half did not lead at all. They found themselves down by 11 at one point, and the game was tied for about 2 minutes and 32 seconds. And the Lakers have turned things around by tightening up that defense and then converting offensive opportunities and just out-hustling Brockport when it comes to getting those rebounds. And Tyler Pierre has come up very big in that category.
Whose hands do you want the ball in if you're Brockport with 19 seconds to go? Do you want a 3? Do you want a 2?
You want Danny Ashley to have the ball regardless of what decision he makes, or Devontae Higgins. These guys can get to the hoop, and it looks like they're going to go for the quick 2.
And Liam Sanborn had a foul to give, 2 fouls to give actually, and he used the first one. That's his first foul, but they still have one more foul to give with 16.4 remaining on the clock.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea for Sanborn right there. He's not just giving up the 2 points to Brockport. He's making them work for it, and they're most likely going to continue to do this and maybe send Brockport to the line, make them earn those free throws and earn those points rather than just give them an easy layup and try to kill time.
Brockport will take a 30-second timeout. First of 2 remaining. Oswego, no timeouts remaining. Nobody at this point in time is in jeopardy of fouling out. But Devontae Higgins and Josh Nelson have 3 fouls apiece. Joe Sullivan with 3 fouls apiece. The leading scorer from either side is Danny Ashley with 14, and it seems to be a game high Quinn Carey with 14.
Well, I think Liam Sanborn's going to be the guy that's going to do a lot of the fouling here. He only has 1 foul right now, and he's not going to give them anything easy, so he's going to play a real tough defense here. And most likely Danny Ashley, who right now is inside, mismatched on Pierre, is going to be the guy who has the ball.
Atkinson, the trigger man, gives to Ashley. He shoots a 3, way off balance, and Sullivan corrals the rebound, gets fouled by Alvarez, and not the shot you wanted if you're Danny Ashley and the Brockport Golden Eagles.
Well, Greg Dunn just pacing the sidelines, looking at his bench, like just pure frustration for him. That was just a really poor opportunity from Danny Ashley. He just threw up the shot there and hoped for one to go in, and then of course Oswego's Joe Sullivan jumps in there and grabs the rebound. As I said, they've been very good on rebounds, and it's really helped them out.
General Joe, a 70.8% free throw shooter. Makes the first. It is a surefire 2-possession game now. The 4 from Oswego are all the way in the backcourt. And Sullivan, smart to miss the second one. Atkinson has to put a shot up for 3. Just short, and Gartland gets the rebound, crosses over the timeline. Quinn Carey tosses the ball up into the air, and your SUNYAC champions are the Oswego State Lakers by a final score of 55-50.
Well, the number 1 team in this tournament, they have the home court advantage, and they are soaking in every minute of it right now here in Maxfield Gym. It was electric all the way up till the end. And this Lakers comeback that they just mounted, when they clamped down, got those rebounds, played tight defense when it mattered, and converted those opportunities, that was just an amazing comeback effort for the Lakers. They went through a double overtime game, let me remind you, last night, and then come back, play almost the exact same guys the entire night, if not the same guys, and they come out with a comeback victory to win the SUNYAC Championship.
And who is your player of the game if you're looking at it from an Oswego standpoint?
Well, I got to say, Quinn Carey, he wanted this championship very badly. That's why he came here. And he really stepped up in the second half. He had a very difficult time from 3, 4 for 14. But he canceled that out of his brain, and he went down here. He made some very critical threes. made some good shots at the free throw line when it mattered, got some big rebounds and some big turnovers, some big steals for the Lakers, and that's really what mattered for the Lakers when it came down to it. You had a great effort from the seniors on this team, Quinn Carey, Tyler Pierre, Brandon Gartland was huge. I mean, it was just a big team effort from those starters to mount this whole comeback. But I thought Quinn Carey, he really wanted this, and he really proved it at the end of this game.
Quinn Carey, every single shot he took tonight was from three-point land. 14 of them. He made 4, but he had 2 free throws that counted. Tyler Pierre hit some free throws. He went 8 for 10 from the free throw line. But what an effort from Brockport as well. I think they had every chance to win this game.
Well, Brockport shocked a lot of people. When Justin Summers went down yesterday, they stayed in that game. They led that game for most of the time against Plattsburgh, and then Plattsburgh wasn't able to convert a buzzer beater, but they came into this gym today, and they played the best that you could possibly play. They played a phenomenally quick defense. They played a very fast-paced and controlled offense for most of the game, and they just were just outsized at the end of the game and could not get those rebounds, and that's what cost them when it came down to it. Tyler Pierre and Joe Sullivan and Quinn Carey inside getting those big rebounds, that's almost the only thing that hurt this team.
Tyler Pierre with 12 points tonight, 21 last night. He scored most of those points with 4 fouls. Joe Sullivan, he had 12 rebounds last night. Tonight he had 10 rebounds. And to the trophy ceremony we go. I believe they're announcing the all-tournament team. Brandon Johnson, number 11 from Plattsburgh, was the first recipient. Chris Atkinson from Brockport, the second recipient. And General Joe Sullivan, great performance last night, respectable performance tonight. He earns the third.
Well, those 3 guys, Johnson, Atkinson, and Sullivan, that's quite a team right there. Those guys really put on an amazing performance in this tournament thus far.
Danny Ashley earns the 4th honor for the all-tournament team. What a great game tonight. He had 14 points. And Tyler Pierre. A storybook ending for the senior out of Deer Park, New York.
Well, he would obviously have this no other way, being side by side with Joe Sullivan, the guy in the paint that's with him all the time, and with a win in the SUNYAC Championship. And just a huge game that he delivered last night in overtimes, 2 of them, and a big game today and a bunch of big rebounds today, and even some very clutch shooting at the free throw line. He really earned this, and he's really been the story of this tournament. So it is pretty appropriate that he makes the all-tournament team and wins the MVP of the tournament.
Oswego State Lakers raise the SUNYAC Championship here in 2019.
Well, they should be as happy as they look right now, Mike. They played a very impressive tournament. They came in this as the #1 seed, then went to 2 overtimes, and then came out here today and mounted a comeback on a really game Brockport team. They are proud of this win right here in their home gym. They would have it no other way. It was a tough road, but at the end of it, they're raising the trophy and putting on the T-shirts. Just a really impressive effort.
And they get an automatic bid by winning their conference to the NCAA tournament.
Well, that is another perk of winning this tournament right here. And these guys, I don't think they're going to think about that right now. They're going to celebrate a little bit because a hard-fought tournament win, double overtime. We can't say that enough. It was an amazing game. And today's game was also phenomenal. Just a big comeback effort for them. But once they do get that automatic tournament bid, I think they'll get right back to being serious, and it'll be time to play for the Oswego Lakers. And they're going to go out there and put on a great effort in that tournament.
55-50 is the final score here in Max Zeal Gym, as we thank you to those who have watched the entire tournament and have been through with us so far. Alongside Nick Ketter, I'm Michael Gross, but stay tuned for the press conference. It'll be taking place upstairs in Laker Hall, and after that, a 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock puck drop, Plattsburgh and Oswego Whiteout 2.0 in the Moranos Campus Center. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll take a quick break.